Yo, Habibis, welcome back for another Matrix video, and we are tackling the Spellbane form. Again, I've been pumping these Matrix videos out because there's so many compositions and teams that you could run, and guess what? Lubu is meta, alright? He's one of the meta champs, especially at A3. I have him A4. We're going to be going in and seeing what kind of damage we can get out of Lubu. He works really well with the Chaotix right now because of the buff. All right, so this is the team we're running. We're running the Chaotix Northerner team. Again, you could run Lubu at A0 and get some, damage out of him, but this really works the best with A3. So also, if you're interested in a takeover, I've been doing a bunch of Matrix Arena, Gear Dungeon, Abyss. Join the Discord. The link is in the description. Hit me up there. And beside that, also shout out to my boy Vis in the clan. He used this last week and hit like 97 on Spellbane form, which was crazy damage. We're going to be going through his technique that he came up with in this video. So shout out to Vis. Let's get into the video. Alright, so before we do the setup, let me get the gearing. We got Valderon here in an Infernal, the Somi. Again, we're running 2 healers on this one. It's not your typical 3 with like a Gwendolyn or Rivenhold, okay? So you want your healers to have good HP, good speed, and good attack, okay? The Somi, you don't really want, like you can have more healing effect than I do, but it's not really going to affect them, okay? Ardea, Soulbound Arcana. Durza, you want as much attack as possible, and you want HP, a decent amount. Lubu is Infernal. Elder is an Infernal. Estrid, Soulbound Arcana. You could run Hell's Lament. Ireless, you can run a Tia's Bomb instead of North's Glory. It's up to you, but you can see the stats are pretty good for Ireless. Lady Mina, you can run the Skull if she's noticing she's dying. Add more HP or put her exclusive artifact, but we're also running her in a triple crit damage build. And I mean, look at this. Not the craziest piece either, but this is what we got to run to keep her alive here. And then we got our Adrian in Infernal. Again, I have better stats with this Infernal, but you could run a Soulbound Arcana. Like, I don't even have boosts on this, so you can get a lot more damage, a lot more survivability out of Adrian, okay, than I did. So let's get into the setup now. All right, so we're gonna go with my boy Vis's setup. Okay, again, I could push out a lot more damage, but I just wanted to see, what we can get here. We're gonna go with Ardea first. Okay, then we can go with our Dasomi. Okay, now we're gonna just go with our top damage dealers with the buff. We're gonna go with Estrid, Ireless, Mina, Durza facing left, and we're gonna have Lubu facing right, Adrian, Elder, and then here's the kicker. We're gonna have Valderon facing up, okay? Because we don't want Valderon helping with boosting up the stacks with his damage. Again, we could have him face left, but we're gonna have him facing up in this video. On your own, you can have him facing left. And if you're noticing your guys are able to stay alive, keep them left because you're going to get a little bit more damage. But this is what I'm going to do. Now, the steps you want to do with this is Vis does it in his own way. He ults with Adrian on the Pact, okay? And I don't know if I want to do that because I feel like mine will die. But we're going to see, and I'm going to just go ahead and go with the way I like to do it, okay, for Adrian's ultimates. So DK, we don't have to do anything there. All right, we're going to get a focus strike. On the first focus strike, that's when I'm going to use Adrian's ult. Okay. Now, we're going to get DK. All right. The way Vis likes to do it is right when we see the tentacle pop on the screen, right there, You're going to use Valdron, Lubu, Elder, and Estrid's ultimates. Okay. Now, when the Pact of Silence pops up, we can use Durza. And then we're going to wait about 60% of the Pact of Silence. Usually aligns with Ardea. We're going to use our Lady Mina's ult. Okay. That's just the way he likes to do it. We're going to see. We're going to see what we get. Okay. Now, we're going to just repeat it. Adrian's ult. Okay. We're going to get a DK right here. All right. Focus strike. All right. Once you get used to it, you can go a lot quicker than a 1x. So we're going to get hit. We're going to use our ultimates. All right. Boom. And we're going to use Lady Mina a little bit towards the middle now. You want to always use Lady Mina to align with Ardea. Okay. The reason Vis likes to ult with his Adrian a lot later is to match up with the Pact of Silence, which makes sense to lower the stacks. So you could manipulate that and get away with it, but we're not going to do that in this run. Okay. We're going to do one more, and then I'm going to fast forward it, and we're going to see what kind of score we can get here. So we're going to use our ultimates. Durza at the start. We're going to wait on Lady Mina about halfway. Boom. User. Okay, let's go one more. Let's go one more so you guys can kind of see how it works. Okay. We're going to use our Adrian now. Boom. Again, super simple and easy to run. Just make sure you have the right stats on your champs so they don't die. Guys, we are using just 2 healers here. So we're going to use Durza. Then about halfway, boom. We want to match up with Ardea. So you could use it a lot sooner than I did to match with Ardea, depending on your Ardea's rage. But yeah. So I'm going to fast forward it, and we're going to see what kind of score I can get here. All right. So my Lady Mina does need a little bit more HP. She did die with under a minute to go. So pretty sure if I had a little bit more HP on her, she could have survived. But we are at 86, 87. Not bad. So we got 87. I think this is going to be my highest score. Very good score. And that's with Lady Mina dying. So we're going to save that. And we'll go to damage stats. Ardea could have probably gone a lot higher. Again, some of my gear is not upgraded. Like Adrian is missing out on a lot of HP upgrades. And we got this score with Valdron doing no damage. So I'm wondering if I have Valdron in a morale set, would this do better? So potentially run Valdron in a morale set or even a Wings of Grace set and probably do great numbers there as well. But overall, great scores. Elder is kind of on the lower side. Again, I don't have too great of upgrades on his artifact. Lubu was the showcase, almost higher than Estrid. Very, very good damage. Okay, so try out Lubu on your account. Let me know how you guys do. This is a 2 healer comp. Very nice. Again, hard champions to come by, right? It's ancient exclusives. You know, we got a good Lord Valdron in there. Durza's hard to get. He hasn't had a banner. And we're running pretty decent gear. It is my leftover healing gear on Ireless and Desomi. But with without a third healer, you're able to have extra gear for those 2 healers to maximize them. If you are missing Durza, you could potentially run this with a Rivenhold or a Diao-Chan, but you would have to do your timings a little different to keep people alive. But try it. Try Lubu out. He's a beast. I'll catch you guys for another video soon. Join the Discord. It is in the description. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.